What up, my champions in training? Reemus here on Fire and Fighting. You know, the channel where we speak boxing psychology, boxing philosophy, content that you can get nowhere else. Let's get straight into this. The topic of today's video is the 3 modes of training that you need to be aware of in order to get the best out of your training. So we're going to break this down individually. The first one is frequency. Of course, this just means how often do you actually train? How often do you go to the gym? How often do you go for runs? How often do you go in a week? Do you go more than once a day? Some people actually do. So the second one is duration. How long do you actually go to the gym, or how long do you train, or how long do you actually run for? How many hours do you put into each individual workout? Then we go into the third one. The third one is the intensity of the actual training that you do. How hard do you actually train? Everyone claims to train really hard, but in truth, you have to be wary of the fact that your definition of hard might not actually be absolutely hard. It might be relative to what you think is hard. The reason why these 3 things are important is because A, you need to be aware of how you can change and adjust these things relative to your situation at the time. So for example, if you're someone who can't get to the gym often, you can't have high frequency, then it's going to be imperative that you have high intensity, high endurance, so that you can at least make the balance. If you, for whatever reason, can't train intensely, then you still can make up for it by going frequently or for a long time. So that's to do with people who may have injuries or anything like that. And of course, if you can't train for a long time, then it's better you go frequently and try to train intensely. So when it comes down to this, although this is so simple, it's something that you need to be aware of to get the best out of your training. Finally, it's important because you need to know how hard you're training relative to other people. So for example, if you're going to the gym not as frequently or not as training as intensely as other guys, how are you actually going to make that separation? What is going to set you apart from the others? So according to your situation, this is what you need to do. Adjust each different levels, but try to hit at the maximum of what you're able to do. You don't want to push yourself too far because you're going to get injured, you're going to overtrain, that sort of stuff. But at the same time, you need to be wary of the fact that these need to be as high as they can possibly be. And even if in one area you can't actually commit so much, you can do it in other areas. So this was just a little short video. I hope this helped in some way. If it did, make sure you leave a like or a comment and subscribe to become a champion in training and join the army. So that is it from me. It is Reemus signing out.